What's up, guys? It's your coach Jamie here, and I just made this short video on how to have the best Super Bowl Sunday you can. So here are some tips on how to have a happy and healthy and fun Super Bowl. What's up, guys? So Super Bowl Sunday is coming up, and I just found out that after Thanksgiving, it is the second day of the year for food consumption in the U.S. only after Thanksgiving. So that's crazy, right? And here are some statistics on that because I found them to be pretty interesting. So 1 out of 4 football fans admits to gaining 10 pounds over the course of the NFL season. 16% admit to gaining 20 pounds. Americans spend $50 million the days leading up to the Super Bowl on food. There are 4,000 tons of popcorn consumed, 8 million pounds of guacamole, 14,000 tons of chips, and 5,000 pounds of hot dogs. Beer sales increase by $17.9 million the week during Super Bowl. And pizza sales, they go up 44% on that day alone. After all that consumption and fun, 6% of NFL fans will call out sick on Monday. And that's either for alcohol hangover or food hangover, because it does happen. So after hearing those statistics, I think that it's pretty important, if you want to stick to your plan, to have some healthy habits and coping mechanisms in place so that you can enjoy Super Bowl Sunday but not go overboard. It is a dangerous, dangerous day. I mean, I'd say it's more dangerous than Halloween or Christmas because the statistics don't lie. Number 1 is Thanksgiving and number 2 is Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, I think it's even more dangerous because we probably don't even assume that fact, but it's true. So bring it to your attention, and now let's think of some things we can do to make it easier for us. First thing, I think it's important to understand why it's so dangerous. And so let's be honest here. Why is it so dangerous? Because people just do some mindless eating. And that's because you're sitting for long periods of time, hours. And, you know, so the average Super Bowl party in America is, the average amount of people that are there is 17. And out of those 17, there were only a handful who are actually diehard fans and that watch every play and are really, like, you know, noticing and paying attention to the TV. The rest of the people are kind of just sitting around bored and waiting for the commercials to come on and the halftime show and whatever. So what do you do when you're bored? You eat. And especially when all these things are sitting right in front of you, yeah, you're gonna eat. So that's one of the reasons why it's pretty dangerous. So here are some tips to help you, maintain your willpower and avoid the Super Bowl Sunday weight gain. So first thing first, still do your workout that day and, the days before leading up to it. Treat it like any other day. Don't say that just because it's Super Bowl Sunday, I'm gonna skip my workout and whatever. No, you still wanna do it, but don't go all crazy, so much so where like all day you're just like, oh my God, I went crazy today. I need to eat, because that could backfire, So average workout, get it done that day, make sure you get it in. If you're attending somebody else's party, be a good guest and bring something with you, except bring something that you can eat and that, maybe, provide healthy options for other people. You can bring, something that's clean eating. And if you Google clean eating Super Bowl snacks or healthy Super Bowl snacks, or go on Pinterest and look those up, there are a ton to choose from and they're pretty good. And most of the other guests, if you don't tell them, won't even know that they're good for you or better for you than the options that are provided. So that's another thing. Bring your own stuff, and make sure it's something that you're wanting to eat, because there's a good chance that there's not going to be too many options provided to you by the host, because that's just the way it is. So the biggest downfall to those finger picking foods that are out and everything is the creamy dips. Okay, so some alternatives to that in case you want to bring some guacamole, but make it yourself and make sure you know what's going in there. No cream or anything like that, because number 1, that just, makes it unhealthy. But number 2, you don't want to leave that sitting out there, because you're going to get sick or you're going to make somebody else sick, and you don't want to be that person, right? Right. So some alternatives to creamy dips, yeah, like I said, guacamole, pico de gallo, you can bring some hummus. Anything like that avoids that dairy in it is a good alternative. So another thing you can do when you're getting ready to eat, if there's 2 plate options, you know, like a bigger one and then like a little side dish option, choose the smaller one. Because, you know, you're not going to be able to load so much on there. And if you're still hungry after, you can always go back. But, you know, choose the smaller plate. And then also, when you're going to eat, get in a small group of people. So there's actually, when you're eating, if you're in a group of 6 or less people, you are actually going to do better statistically. So they say if you're in a group of 6 or more people, you're actually 76% higher chance of you consuming more calories than you normally would than if you were with 6 or less. And that's because when you're in a group of a smaller group, you're more aware that people are kind of watching what you're eating, so you're eating slower, you're having conversation. And then if you're in a group that's 6 or more, you know, everybody's kind of paying attention to their own thing, and so that you could just shovel it in and maybe not even talk to people. So small group when you're actually eating. So here's another tip for you. When you're showing up to the party, show up as late as possible. That lessens the time of you just, you know, farting around and picking at food and all that good stuff. Also, get in the food line last, and that's because by the time you get there, you know, when you get in line first, all the options are available to you. And then also you're more likely to go up for seconds because you get down, you get done, and then, you know, what are you going to do next? Go up for seconds. So get in the food line last, and then, yeah, eat your food slowly once you get there. So what if you decided that you love Super Bowl Sunday, this is the day you're going all out, and you want to eat this food, and, you know, that's that. You plan for it, and that's fine. Guess what? That's great. You planned for it, right? I just want to make sure that you actually put it into your plan if that's the case. Make sure that, you know this is happening, and maybe you have an idea how many calories you'll eat, maybe you don't, but tomorrow you're not going to wake up and feel guilty about it because it's part of your plan. So that's important, and you know, because you don't want to beat yourself up if you do. It's one day, yes, but make sure that you're not gonna, you know, be mad at yourself tomorrow when you have a food hangover. But for everyone else who's trying to stick to a plan and doesn't want to ruin what they did all this week with Super Bowl Sunday, these are some tips that you can use to make it a little better. I also suggest when you are actually watching the game, don't sit right in front of the food. Sometimes the food's right out in front of you. Move to the side a little because you're not going to want to get up and go in front of the TV and pick. You know, you're more likely to not pick if you sit on the side. And also get into a conversation. Maybe sit next to somebody who's also into health and fitness and talk about that. You could do that. And I like to have a shake before I go just so that I'm not like starving when I get there. And yeah, I mean, enjoy the game and enjoy conversation, enjoy your company, and yeah, good luck. It's okay. If you go in there with a plan and a plan of attack, you'll be good to go. And yeah, go Patriots.